Well, what have I got here? This is a Mule 2510. I just bought it off of Facebook Marketplace. It was actually on Craigslist too. He had it double posted. But it is in decent shape. Got decent tires on it. Rim's got some rust on them, but not bad. The whole thing's got, some rust here and there. Battery tray, of course. But the floors are solid in it. It's got one little spot in the bed where it looks like something jabbed through it. Gas tank's rusty. It's got this hitch welded on it, which I'm not crazy about. I might cut that off and put an actual smaller receiver on it. I don't like that sticking out so far, but we may end up using it to get the trailer back in the pasture because it's a mess. I'm just going to do a quick overview tonight. You can see the leaf springs, still got paint on them. Gas tank's got rust in it. Got a little bitty tank. I say little bitty, is a few gallons, I guess, but I'll probably take it off. I might just take it to the radiator shop and have them boil it out and coat it. I'm trying to decide if I want to try to clean it and coat it, or if I might just send it off to them. I don't think they would charge much for something that small. Four-wheel drive. It's got high and low range. It's got a 2-cylinder. I think it's like 600 and something cc's. It's missing gear shift knob. It's got some hack stuff on it. It's got a aftermarket choke cable that's placed right here, and it's backwards. It operates backwards because he said that one froze up and it was too. You couldn't reach, or he couldn't get one long enough that would reach, but. I'm sure he didn't try to get the OEM one. And it's got an electric fuel pump on it. I haven't looked to see what kind of mechanical pump it's supposed to have, but we'll probably put the regular choke cable back in, put the fuel pump back on it, all that kind of stuff, kind of put it back like it's supposed to be. But it's the main issue it's got is, of course, it stinks when it's running because it's got old gas in it, and that tank is nasty. But the carb is plugged up. It runs choked. Fully choked or half choked, something choked. Kind of runs. Not great, but enough you can kind of drive it a little bit. But here, reeks like old gas, so some of that could be the gas, and some of that I'm sure is the carb just needing to be cleaned up. But it's got really good tread on the tires, and the engine sounds good. High and low range works, four-wheel drive works. There's the spot in the bed I was talking about. It looks like something kind of punctured. Like maybe they had some holes. They might have had some holes drilled for some kind of clamps to hold something in. Maybe a seat or some kind of a rack or something. Maybe. And they might have pulled out or pushed through or something. Might have had some kind of a hunting rack or something in it. Got a spare rim with a spare tire. It doesn't actually, I don't know if that'll fit it or not. Well, I'll take it no matter what, because it came with it. So let me put the ramps out. I'm gonna unload this thing. It's pretty much a brand new battery in it. And I got it for what I feel like is a good price. So it's got differential lock right here I guess that's the front. It's got high and low right there. It's got a differential lock right there. That might be 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive. Some of these were full-time 4-wheel drive, and I don't know if this one is or not. That might be the 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive shifter. I really don't know. Or it could be, it might have a differential lock front and rear, I don't know. Look at this huge brush guard. Kind of sticks out far, but I might leave it. I was thinking about taking it off or cutting it short so it was just the middle, but the more I look at it, the more I think it'll probably just stay there. All right, let me get the ramps and get this thing unloaded. Well, it just did a job well done, and I might actually leave that hitch like that, because if you see, you really couldn't pull this trailer with it any shorter. And I know it's a lot of hitch sticking out, but that jack is right there, and yeah, I mean, you really couldn't get any shorter with it. So it just, I'm not gonna say it paid for itself right there, but I had a heck of a time getting this trailer out of here. I used the tractor. I don't know, y'all can't see. It is a muddy mess. It is awful. And I used the tractor. I brought the Suburban out here, and I don't know what I was thinking, because as soon as I got out here and saw how muddy it was, of course I was spinning coming out here, I saw that there was no way I was getting the trailer out. And so I hightailed it, turned around. You can see this is some of the Suburban's ruts. See how deep it is. And you can see that's where the trailer was, where all that water is. And I hightailed it out of here. I just about had it pegged in reverse, trying to back up. Not pegged, but it was probably at least doing $3 grand in reverse, trying to get out of here. And luckily, of course, Suburban's 2-wheel drive, but luckily it has a G80. And then shifted into drive, and it was probably at least 2nd gear coming out of here. I mean, the side of the shop was plastered with mud. I should have taken a picture. It was bad. And after I got the Suburban out, I came back here and got the water hose and sprayed off the side of the shop before the mud dried and stuck. Then I got the tractor out, and should have gotten the John Deere, but I had the keys for the Ford 2000, and it lifted up. Of course, I tied on the trailer to the mower, and it of course lifted it up, but of course that took some weight off the tires, and it did not want to steer worth anything, and the steering brakes were not working, cutting brakes. I mean, I guess they were working, but they weren't steering much. I finally got it out of here, but I bent the mower, came around and hit the wheel on the mower when I was turning, bumped the jack and broke the weld on the jack. So the jack's all leaning over sideways, but I finally got it out, and this thing just paid for itself. Our other mules are a little bit small to try to hook the trailer up to. At least this thing's quite a bit beefier than them. It's a 2510. It's a little more heavy duty, and I hooked it on, and it pulled this thing through, and it was spinning, but you can see its little tracks. 4-wheel drive works. I just put it in low range, and with the choke on, it pulled it on up this little hill here and over, and I parked it right here And as soon as this dries up, they're putting in a new septic tank, aerobic septic tank over there. So I had to move the trailer anyway. So I just moved it over to here to high ground, and that'll let that area dry up better with the trailer not being there. And like I said, the trailer had to be moved. It's gonna have to dry up before they can get in there to do the septic, but we were gonna have to move the trailer anyway. So we'll leave it here. It kind of makes it not a good spot to hook up to, but I can get it out with the Bobcat or the Mule now. So let's start this thing up. It runs awful. It will not idle, so you have to keep feathering the throttle. And it's not gonna be easy to get out here. I got it back in high range. You hear that electric fuel pump. Trying to do this one-handed now. It will not idle, but what a mess. It's all like the belt. I don't know if the belt's slipping a little bit. It might be slipping a little bit. Might have to look at the belt. It's probably worn down a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna leave this off here. So we'll have some videos coming up on this thing. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below, hit the like button, and subscribe for more.